Before we hear from our district membership chair, Pam Chauvin-Trahan, I would like to again thank both Lydia Frugier for hosting our first webinar on purpose public image, and also to extend thanks to past district governor and district foundation chair, Dr. Frank Bradshaw, for his presentation last month on the Rotary Foundation. Joining him, scholarship chair Donna Landry and recent District 6200 Global Scholar Erica Buckner. We thank them for their presentations as well. Hope you enjoyed tonight's program. Pam, my sincere thanks for you for all of your work on this program tonight, and take it away.
Thank you. Frank?
Okay, just some house cleaning things we need to do. Number one, other than the presenters, we'd like everyone to mute your mics, which is down on the left-hand bottom corner. It looks like a little mic, and just hit mute. Also, if you wouldn't mind clicking on your stop video, and then that way just the presenters will be showing their screens, because there will be some PowerPoints and some videos shown, and then that way you will not interfere with anybody. If you have questions, if you will go down in the bottom, about the middle of the screen, where there's an icon that says chat, you'll click on that, and it'll bring up a box. Just type in your question, and either Mike Hayes or myself will be monitoring it. We'll make sure those questions get to the appropriate presenter, and we'll try to answer all those questions at the end, unless it's an appropriate time to interrupt or catch a presenter at the end of their presentation. So with that, I turn it back over to Mike in order that we can get started.
Okay, our first presenter is our district membership chair. We are quite fortunate in District 6200 to have someone like Pam Trahan be our district membership chair. And with that, I'll turn it over to Pam.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate that. And I want to thank everyone for being on the meeting tonight. I know a bunch of people, I see us, we're jumping up, we're at 36. So I want to give everybody time to, as they jump on the meeting, to be sure to mute their mics. It goes much smoother for your ear and the background noise, because I know we've had that issue before. So for everybody who's on, again, echoing what Frank had said, off to your left or right, depending on which way you're looking at your screen, go ahead and hit mute if you would as you jump on. And I appreciate you guys for that. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the first presentation. And we're going to do a little look at our report card and start that. All right, everybody's visually good, right? Well, good evening, and thank you for attending tonight's final district webinar training session, Membership. I hope by the end of this seminar, you will have learned something new and you are inspired to make membership your club's #1 priority. Keeping Rotary relevant and thriving while continuing to enhance our members' lives takes a willingness to be innovative, seek out diversity, and adapt to changing needs. It starts by knowing what resources and tools are available to help your club accomplish this goal. I want you to know that your district is your #1 resource. So this is a worldwide look at Rotary's membership numbers as of January 1st, 2019. We have 1,206,501 Rotarians in the world, which is an increase of 11,394 members since July 1st of 2018. We have 35,663 clubs in the world. That's down 18 clubs in the district. And then you'll see some other demographics there at the bottom. So we are increasing women in Rotary, yay. Just to look at this slide, you can quickly note that members are particularly vulnerable during 2 phases, before their 3rd year and again after their 10th. Keeping membership actively involved is your best engagement strategy. So here's what we know about members who are leaving. The majority give one of three reasons for leaving: cost or time demands, general club environment, and/or unmet expectations. Note that 35% would not recommend Rotary. We can change that. The three things that Rotarians most value are community service, networking, and friendships. Don't forget that many prospective members are also seeking global service opportunities. To ensure that the club experience remains relevant and worthwhile to your members, I'm suggesting that your club shift its emphasis from perfect attendance to perfect engagement. I truly believe that that statement is key because membership engagement is crucial. Mike Hayes will talk to you later on about membership engagement in this webinar. Here's a look at our district. Our district at the time I prepared this slide is down 25 members. As of today, it's 26. Note that the this 5-year report is a steady decline. It shows a steady decline in membership. So I'm glad you're here with us tonight, and hopefully you will hear something that will benefit you and your club. Okay, so that was the report card. So let's talk about I used to say Rotary's new flexible guidelines, and I edited my slide to just say flexible guidelines. 2016 seems like years ago. It's not new, it's here, and we're to use it. So there's no one approach to membership that works for all clubs. But by using Rotary's flexible guidelines, it can be a great way to adapt to the changing needs of your club's members and help to keep them relevant. I want you to know that the district is here to help you overcome membership challenges. We can assist your club in finding new and creative ways to help engage current members, connect with prospective members, and make new members feel welcomed. Well, on the subject of making members feel welcome, I want you to watch this little quick video, it's about 2 minutes, and ask yourself, is this your club?
Project plan Saturday. How did you like that?
Oh, I love it. It's so great.
What you do is put the range on it. But
So something I can do for you? And crashing our little private party. Just kidding, buddy. We have William Bill is back. Actually, it's Bill Ball back. Well, you know, with a name like that, you need an instruction manual. Am I right? Am I right? Oh, and well, it says right here that Bill is an attorney. That's just what we need, right? Yeah. Another attorney telling us what to do. Yeah, actually, I do probate law. That's all right. Sit down, Bill. We let this guy keep going. We'll be here all night. Am I right? Am I right? All right.
Yeah. Now, I saw that video at district conference this past year, and I thought it was too cute, really not to share. But I know that that's an exaggeration of small things that you may say, maybe those are areas we can improve on. Embracing flexibility as a way to accommodate for the varied needs of your members is always a challenge. However, your club actually has more freedom than ever to create a club experience that works for everyone. You can decide how, when, where, and how often your clubs meet, as well as which membership types to offer. Clubs all around the world are becoming more flexible. Some are using alternative meeting formats. Some are changing and varying how often and when and where they meet. Here are some ways your club can accommodate the diverse needs of your members and community. Change when and how often your clubs meet. For example, you can decide to meet just twice a month or switch from a sit-down meal or less formal, which is likely less expensive, gathering. You can also replace one of your regularly scheduled meetings with a social or an event project. Try a field trip. Go tour a new business in the area, tour a school, make field trips part of it, do brown bag lunches, try anything. If you have qualified people who can attend your club's meeting, start a satellite club or give them a chance to join Rotary. More information regarding satellite clubs will be presented later in this webinar. Here's a few examples of membership types. We have corporate membership for local businesses that want to support the club and would likely like to send various representatives to the club meeting. Family membership. There's lots of talk within the district regarding corporate membership and family membership. From an RI perspective, corporate membership, you will have one member, whoever is named the principal would be the corporate member. Our club, and the Rotary Club of Abbeville, has designated 2 other representatives that would represent the corporation. Only the corporate member designee is considered the member with RI. The same principle would hold true with family membership. So, but yet clubs can set up family memberships and both members can be part of Rotary and be considered a Rotarian. And there's more to talk about that in detail, and we can talk about that through the Q&A if you have more questions about those. Associate members are for those that are interested to get to know Rotary or your club better. And there's there's clubs within our district that are reviewing associate members. The district can provide you with samples of how other clubs are incorporating these different membership types. You just have to ask. So whenever we cover corporate and family memberships or associate memberships, they vary from club to club. Every club kind of incorporates them different. That's why it's very difficult to present them and give you with a canned, this is what they are. So it's very subject to the bylaws and how the club chooses to incorporate them. But if your club wants to incorporate one of these, again, we can show you how the district is doing that or other clubs and give you models, and you can tailor fit it to fit your club's needs and wants, okay? And above all, make your club projects and your club fun. When we're having fun, let everyone know in your community, because fun is contagious. Be innovative. We no longer have to strict rules to follow. Set a goal in Rotary, and your my Rotary Central, or what is it? I forget. Go there, Rotary Club Central. Set your goals. Keep your club updated. Encourage your members along the way, and at the end, celebrate that you accomplished that goal. Now, that's it for this presentation, and we're going to again have Q&A afterwards. So let's hear from our district administrator, Frank Bradshaw. So Frank, it's you.
All righty. Right now, we're going to talk about the one of the great aspects of Rotary International and the membership leads that we get. Every once in a while, we do get leads from RI, and these are individuals who have registered with Rotary International at their site and are looking for more information about Rotary. And so when you receive one of these emails, you will go and you will want to click on the link that says find out more contact information. At that point, it will take you to My Rotary, and you'll have to go ahead and log in with your email and your password. If you haven't done this yet to date, you need to go ahead and take care of that and go ahead and set up your account with your email and your password, because My Rotary has more information other than just membership. So it's a great asset. Once you get logged in, this is what the next screen is going to bring you. And as you can see, it'll have a managing the membership lead, and it'll come down, it'll give you a name. And then in this case, we're using Brandy, who was a interested member, a person who was interested in becoming more about Rotary. You can click on that person, Brandy, where the click is, and it's going to bring you all the details of this individual. It'll give you your email, their mobile numbers, their phone numbers, how to get them. It talks about their profession, who they're employed by, the age range, gender, what their languages are, and where they're looking for a club to meet. This one was meeting in looking for Lafayette, and on a Thursday. So let's go back. Then when you're going to go back, you're going to look at managing the status. And so let me just go back a hair. When the clubs, we assign clubs or assign these members to clubs. If the member or this person, this prospective member indicates a desire to meet in a city that has just one club, we will go ahead, the district will go ahead and automatically assign that prospective member to that club. And so that club's president and secretary and their club membership chair will get that email. If they are coming from a city where there's more than one club, we'll try to ascertain, number one, based on what their desires are, if there's one club that would better fit their needs, such as a date or a time, than the others. If we can't do that, we ask the assistant governors to work with those prospective members and see if they cannot match them with a club that'll work for them. Once that's done, we ask that you start using the manage status. And if you'll click on that, you'll notice that it brings up a field of several items. And this is the way you can track your membership. Example, if the change status, it has a drop-down menu. It'll talk about whether the person has joined Rotary, has decided not to for whatever reason. If you've assigned them to another club, example, if it's in the Baton Rouge area, or the Lafayette area, or the Lake Charles area, where there's 4 or 5 clubs, you can make that change. We also ask that you give some feedback into what you've been doing in trying to attract that member, because we ourselves and RI monitor that in order that we can get ideas on how to better attract members and that kind of thing. Once you've filled out those 2 things, you just hit the submit button, and that shoots it to RI. So this is a great tool. It's something that I think we've have been using to some degree, but not totally to its full benefit. So I just ask everybody who is in dealing with the membership to please use this great tool. These are some fantastic members, and the worst thing is, like Pam said earlier in her presentation, is they're asking about Rotary, and we give the impression that we're completely ignoring them. So that is my part of it, and I will pass it back on to Mike.
Tell him I'm having difficulties and go to Rob. Hey, this is Mike. I'm on Natalie's computer. I'm having computer difficulties. So could we jump to Rob?
Rob, can you
Yes.
take it now, and then we'll plug Mike back in right after?
Not a problem. Got you, Frank.
I don't have your email.
Okay.
All righty. Does everything look good on your end, Frank?
You good, Rob?
Okay. All right. All right. First of all, my name is Rob Roy. I am the district satellite chair for District 6200. And my part of the presentation is to talk to you about satellite clubs, or what we want to call the power of 8.
You send it to me?
So far, we've covered family memberships and corporate memberships, and now we're going to get into the importance of satellites.
I'm not getting you. Did you?
We're going to go into the importance of satellites on how to grow Rotary. All right. So, and we're going to have a question and answer after these presentations. And my presentation tonight is going to be basically on the importance and how it's going to help your club. And as far as the nuts and bolts of a satellite club, that is available. Frank just posted that stuff on the district website and DAGDB. So if you have any questions into the nuts and bolts of a satellite club, that's all in that manual, which covers how to form it, and also a structure of sample bylaws for satellite clubs. So again, I want to talk about the importance of a satellite club and how it can grow membership and grow Rotary. I will do this a little bit. I'm going to talk about pros and cons. And first of all, I'm going to start off by saying, whenever we started talking about satellite clubs a few years ago, I was not always in favor. At first, I was not in favor of satellite clubs. I'll go into that aspect of it in just a few minutes, but I want to talk about the pros of starting a satellite club. First of all, like Pam talked about or touched on previously, it provides your members with flexible meeting times. It also provides them different times during the month. In other words, you can have meetings twice a month instead of every week. And it helps with the due structure. A lot of younger business people that we've talked to trying to recruit, money ends up being an issue for them want to join Rotary. So the satellite club option gives them a good alternative as far as being able to afford to be able to join Rotary, because there's a lot of flexibility not having to deal with the food aspect of it. So most satellite clubs just either have it at a restaurant where they can do their own food or not, or they do it at a later time where they don't have to do that food aspect of it, which brings down the due structure quite a bit. So for the big keys on satellite, in my opinion, whenever you want to start or looking at starting a satellite club for your particular club, the first thing is the retention aspect within your own club. And what I mean by that is, no matter the size of your club, whether you're a club of 20 or a club of 70 or a club of 500, you're going to have some members that are part of your club that basically are not active in your club. Okay, so first you need to kind of look at that aspect of it and say, okay, why are these people not being able to be active in our club? Why can in other words, why are they making the meetings, and why can't I engage them? Most of the time you're going to find it's because of the meeting times, and that's where the satellite club comes into effect. Also, I'm going to use Miss Tracy Ante as an example. Just a few weeks ago, Miss Tracy was very aware of something going on in her community. She's part of the Appaloosa Sunrise Club. So be aware of what's going on in your community itself. She found out that there was a civic organization in Opelousas that was disbanding for whatever reason. That is a perfect opportunity to try to pick up satellite club members, because those people are already engaged in a civic organization and are active in their own community. She saw that and went in and swooped up and picked up enough people to start their own satellite club, which should be turned into the district at any time now. So that's one quick way to try to start a satellite club in your particular area. But satellite club does not have to be started necessarily in your town. It can be started anywhere. And I'm going to use an example of a satellite club that we formed here in Erath. Erath is a small community, no more than 5 or 10 minute drive from Abbeville. And just from them hearing about what we've been doing as far as Rotary Club of Abbeville in our community, they saw the power and that Rotary had and what we were doing in our community, and they wanted to be part of that. So the great part about that aspect of it is that they are go-getters in their community. And when we had our first meeting with them, they were like, you know, we want to be able to do for our community what y'all been doing for y'all community. So it was an easy way for them to use the power of our Rotary Club, the power of Rotary International, and for them to be able to give back to their community, which they're already trying to do. And what it also does is it takes out the satellite club aspect, takes out a lot of the everyday, I'm gonna call it clerical aspect of it, because the satellite club is all of their billing and everything is all done through us. That's how they're doing it. Different satellite clubs operate in different ways, but we saw that as a better opportunity or a better situation for the Erath Club. So they're basically doing all their billing and everything through the host club, which is the Rotary Club of Abbeville. So it helps. What it also did, because we're monitoring, putting together their satellite club, it got some of our members in our club excited about helping out an adjacent community. We got to engage some of our members because they've been making some of their satellite club meetings. So they meet twice a month, and one is more of a formal meeting that they do at City Hall, and one is an informal meeting that they do actually at a little bar here in Erath. So it's definitely flexible as far as the meeting times and everything. And they're excited because they are being able to help out their community. We're actually partnering with them for their first fundraiser. They're piggybacking on one of our fundraisers they were really excited about. So we already have the wheels in motion as far as the host club is concerned. They're just kind of jumping on board and able to help their community out right away. That being said, the only cons that I had at the beginning was, my worry was we would form or start some division within our club and possibly form some competition. In other words, have a satellite club here local with us in competition. But that's what I was looking at it at first after speaking to the satellite club, which started with 8 and is up to 19 or 20 within less than probably 2 or 3 months. So it's growing already, and they're excited about being able to partner with us, and the strength, instead of going from a club that's in the 50 range to a club that's 73. So they saw the added plus by having us behind them and there to help them get their club started. So we're actually branching out now and looking at different communities. So I would suggest to you, again, just to recap a little bit, start with retention in your club. Be aware of what's going on around in your community. Look for opportunities to find the same-minded people. In other words, civic people that want to help back from the community, and also look at different communities next to you, just to try to involve and get them involved, because everybody that lives in their little community wants to be helpful in their community. They're just looking for a way to do it. So that's all I have at this time. I will send it back to Pam and let her summarize, and then we'll open up for any questions.
Oh, thank you, Rob. I think Mike has worked out his technical difficulties. Mike, are you there? If so, we're going to hand this off to you.
Yes, indeed.
Very good. So everyone, Mike needs no introduction. So Mike, take it away.
Thank you so much. You're going to run the presentation for me, right?
Oh, is that what you'd like me to do?
Please do.
All right, so everybody bear with me while I mute. Wait, let me start video.
So I think Rob touched on a couple of really good points. One of those being, what kind of people are we looking for as members? And Pam, would you like for me to try?
That's what everybody's seeing.
Pam and Mike, I have it on backup too, if you want me to try.
Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and run it. Is it showing?
No, you want me to try?
Yeah, Frank, why don't you go ahead and do it?
All right, let me see if I can get it to go.
Wait.
Did you try taking off the Dallas screensaver?
Hmm?
Frank, you Yoda.
All right, so part of the problem we have with membership is we do a really good job attracting people, but we don't do as great of a job in keeping them. And Pam touched on this earlier on the retention side. So I want to talk about some of the things that we can do to engage our members so that we can improve our club retention. Next slide, please. So who are we looking for? We are looking for people that share our values. And Rotary has developed this set of values. And it's really a great description of who we are as individuals and as an organization. So while these values are shared by every Rotarian, not every member of Rotary is a Rotarian. So this can lead to some attrition. So next slide, we'll talk about what we want to look for. So how do we use the values to attract new members? People for whom friendship and fellowship is important. Honesty and integrity. This is where you go back to your vocational service. People say, oh, diversity, that's new, you know. But when you think back, when Paul Harris started this thing, he started it with diversity of profession. And very quickly we went to diversity of countries. And now Rotary may be the most diverse organization in the world. And it's something that each of us embrace as Rotarians. Next slide. So identifying prospects who share these values. We're looking for people for whom service is important. So, you know, every Saturday there's a walk for some not-for-profit, and there are people out there who are looking for opportunities for service. We should identify those. And by the same token, individuals who feel like, you know, when they write their check to United Way or the Boy Scouts or their church, they feel like they've met their service obligations. Those people will never be great Rotarians. They'll never fit into our organization. We want to look for people that want to take advantage of leadership, because no one teaches leadership better than the local Rotary Club. So show your Rotary values on your webpage and how you live those values. Remember what Lydia said in our first conference. If you don't take a picture, it didn't happen. So let's get the words and the pictures out there so that people understand who we are, so that they can take the opportunity to share that with us. So next slide. So member engagement. How do we engage our members? Are we addressing our members' interests? Are projects fun, or are they just work, you know? And so we need to survey our members. We need to ask the question, and we need to look at our projects to see if the projects are meeting the needs of the membership. Because if people look upon a project as an obligation, then they're probably not having fun. And as Pam said, fun is contagious. Next slide. Next slide, please. There you go. Meetings. Are your meetings fun and interesting? Are your speakers dull and boring? Or are they good speakers? Do people want to come and hear the speakers? You know, if it's dull and boring, find better speakers. Tell a joke a week. You know, I say here on this, a paper airplane distance contest is more fun than a dull speaker. It's no excuse for bad Rotary Club meetings, period. Next slide. So here's some more ways. You know, the greeter at the door, we have people shaking hands, but are they saying, hey, that's a great tie, or I really like the pin you're wearing? You know, thank people for coming. Thank the guests for coming. Recognition, you know, here's a couple of points on recognition. It's very important to recognize people for their accomplishments. Our members need recognition just like anyone else. So, you know, you want to make people feel good, recognize them. Next slide. What? You thought I was done? So how else can we make our meetings fun? You know, one idea I had is let's auction off a bill for a $5 bill for polio. You know, start with the opening bid being $10 and it goes to the members' foundation account. Make sure everyone's in a committee. And if you don't have committees, make sure they're assigned to a project. You know, and as Pam pointed out, there's flexibility, and is flexibility something that you should exercise in your member engagement? Next slide. Yes, there's more. So if you have some older members who don't seem to be real engaged and you don't have a good documented club history, get them together, form a committee, and ask them to bring the club history up to date. You know, they'll be engaged just in the argument for the next 2 years. Do you have a new member orientation program? There's several great examples of new member orientation programs, from PowerPoint presentations to two-way conversation, two-way orientation, which is a conversational way to do it. Seek mentors. You know, get someone that'll call a member if they miss or take them to a makeup. You know, networking. Members need to feel that being in Rotary adds value to their lives, adds value to their careers, adds value to their experience. Understand who needs leadership opportunities and find ways to give it to them. You know, we build leaders every year, so let's make sure that we're exercising those leadership opportunities. Next slide. If you need an upgrade, do Rotary programs. One of my early mentors as a Rotarian had been to meeting after meeting after meeting. He never joined until he heard a foundation speech, and he said, I got to have some of that. Rotary meetings are great for your members, and they're great for your guests. If you have new younger members, put them in charge of the club's social media presence. Do you have a brand? My wife Natalie's club is a happy hour club, and their brand is Service with a Twist. Create a brand and use the tools and templates off the Brand Center. And also engage club members in Rotary Leadership Institute. Mark Lee's leader of that. And if your club just needs new ideas, develop a strategic plan starting with visioning. And if you want to do visioning, let me know. Next slide. And Rotary has more tools than you can read in a year. They have member surveys. Frank has Survey Monkey member surveys. You know, My Rotary has, name a subject, My Rotary has a document on how to work on it. And also, as Pam and Rob talked about, they have a how-to document on how to create a satellite club, which is a great way to retain members who conflict on meeting times. You know, if you have members who can't make the club meeting time, create a satellite club that can. So with that, we're going to punt questions to the end. And I think we're at the end, so I will turn it back over to Pam.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Mike. So I'm going to go ahead and share my last presentation. And when I do, is it being seen? I need some help. Is everyone seeing it?
Not yet.
Not yet? Wait, hang on. Don't you just love technical difficulties? All right, hang on.
So Frank, while Pam is trying to get her screen lit, would you talk about where these presentations will be found and the recordings?
Yes, the recordings, we will be posting them this week, all three of them. The one on PR, the one on the foundation, and then tonight's one be on our district website under district information links. And you just click on that and drop down, and you'll see a icon that has the webinars. You'll click on that, and it'll have listed the three webinars. And just click the ones that you want. Some of them you can use as programs, but I would say by Wednesday or Thursday, we'll have all three of those posted and loaded on the website.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Can y'all see my screen? Can I be heard?
Yes.
Yes. Could y'all see that?
Yes.
All
Not
right.
anymore.
Wait. Okay. I'm going to start it again. Ready? How's that?
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Thank you, Harold. Appreciate. All right. So I want to summarize, and I'm going to get a little off script towards the end because I'm very script oriented, but here goes. So I want to summarize what we've discussed tonight, okay? Strict rules will restrict your club's success. Don't be afraid to shake it up. I want you guys to try new things. Think outside the box. See what works. Remember to embrace the motto, perfect engagement rather than perfect attendance. That's really hard for a lot of us to wrap our head around. We keep talking about attendance. Oh, I missed the meeting. Don't worry, we have a project coming up. We're going to have a fellowship evening tomorrow night. The district governor is coming, and we're going to have wine, and we're going to have a caterer. That is perfect attendance. Follow through with your membership leads. There's a lot to take in what Frank displayed to you guys. You know, it's the step process. Don't hesitate to give him a call. Call Frank. He's there to help. He will assist you, I promise. When I became president of my club, I had several goals. But the main goal that I had was to put, and I use this quote, boots on the ground. I wanted members' boots on the ground. So monthly, we left the comforts of the table we sat at weekly, and we got busy in our communities doing hands-on projects. We used our social media account, namely Facebook, to show off all the fun we were having in our community doing that service work. The goal was that people would see what we were doing and who was doing it and ask, how can I be involved? And it worked. Our membership satisfaction increased, and that year we grew 11 members. That was amazing until Rotarian Rob Roy came around and created a satellite club, and he took my what do you call that? My my record and crushed it. Here's some pictures from clubs throughout the district doing the same thing. They're putting boots on the ground and they're engaging their members. You got the Lake Charles Happy Hour Club. Lafayette North, I think this was. Welsh Rotary Club over here. I think we have past District Governor Clarence Prudhomme getting busy cooking up something good, helping out people in his community. Look, don't keep the great things that we're doing in Rotary a secret. and with a little PR tag to this, is make sure that you're taking pictures of the faces of your members. Let your community see who you are. And don't forget, you can post this picture, but if you don't tag the members in that, then no one other than who is seeing your Facebook page will see it, your social media account. So when you tag this man, this person, everyone that they're friends with sees this. So that is fun. This is fun. That becomes contagious. So be sure to tag your members. That way, this particular picture is spread amongst way more people than just the people that like that particular Facebook page. But most of all, I need you guys to remember to have fun, because service above self while having fun is my motto. Let's talk about these satellite clubs that Rob had spoke of earlier. Satellite clubs are not just for big metropolitan areas. I've heard that said a few times. That's a myth. Rural areas can benefit from them as well. The newest satellite club in our district, as of today, is only 5 miles away from the host club. Satellite clubs don't even need to be in a different city. The potential is endless, but you never know if it's a fit for your club until you ask. So contact our district satellite chair, Rob Roy, now. He's ready to help you. Again, we're here to help. So the district has established 2 useful resources to assist you. One, as Mike referred to earlier, is the survey. There's several different surveys that Frank can assist you guys with. One in particular is an online member satisfaction survey that is unique to your club. This survey can be sent to the members of your club, who can complete the survey anonymously. The results of the survey will be automatically tabulated and compiled into a report with lovely tabs and graphs. This can be very useful in determining the areas that your club should focus on and the changes that need to be made. You never know what answers you're going to get from the survey, and you never know what areas your club may need to tweak until you ask. And I say may need to tweak. Maybe your club is running smoothly. Maybe you're satisfied with your membership numbers. But I promise you, if you can grow membership by 1, that's great for Rotary as a whole and including your club. And last, the other is a laser-focused strategic membership facilitation meeting. Our district and the zone has invested time and personnel in a membership strategy that has had great success throughout our district and our zone. This highly qualified team can assist your club in developing a strategic membership plan. They are trained on different techniques so that your membership strategy can be tailor-fit to fit your club. If you're interested in doing this, we've sent out information before. I know Frank has sent out an email to all the presidents. I don't know how many of you have. I know that we have several clubs throughout the district who have gone through this training. Some of the feedback I've gotten from some of the presidents is it was the best meeting that they've ever had, because it really took membership and it did just a focus so that everybody can come on one page. They can set a goal, they can measure it, they can have the success. And the district was behind them with these resources that we have that can help you guys. So you need to let us know that if your club's not been facilitated, reach out to me. We're going to get you facilitated as soon as possible. Now listen, it's a 2-hour session. It doesn't need to be 2 hours straight. We can break this up to fit you guys' schedule within 2 1-hour meetings. So because it's hard to line up 2 hours with the membership team and your leadership team, but we're going to travel to you. You don't have to travel to us. We're going to go there, and we can break this up into 2 hours. We're not changing your club. All we're doing is asking you to think outside the box, set a goal, and rethink the way your club is doing business. It would be smart of you to do a survey first to know where you need to maybe start. But I'm going to stop here, and I need you guys to not be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to ask for assistance, because together we can and will grow Rotary. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this webinar. But more than that, I want to thank each of you personally from my heart for your great service and the work that you are doing for your community and around the world. Just you being here tonight shows your commitment to Rotary. And I want to say one last thing before I turn it over for Q&A, is that your presence tonight and your willingness to hear us out in these webinars, which sometimes are kind of, choppy, it means a lot to us, and your feedback means even more. So when Frank's going to send you guys the Survey Monkey and ask you, how did we do? We need your constructive input. We want to know, hey, you didn't tell me this, and this is what I want to hear. I want to give you everything that you want, and I want to answer all of your questions. So in the survey, if you fell short on something, tell me. If we fell short on something, tell me that, and I'm personally going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call you, and I'm going to answer your question, or I'm going to find somebody who will. So again, I thank you so much for being here tonight. And without further ado, question and answer, direct them to Mike Hayes. And Mike, if you would.
Okay. Any questions?
Gotta be some. Any questions? You can type, or somebody can just unmute and go ahead and ask.
What is a good leave behind piece of literature with a prospective member? Did that come through?
Yes.
It did.
Say your name and try that again for me, please.
A good leave behind brochure for a prospective member.
Does your club have a brochure they put together that describes the impact your club is having on the community, that describes the value that your club has, or talks about the values that your club exercises?
Not specifically. It is in our membership guide, but not as a specific brochure targeted to that.
Shelley, this is Harold speaking. There are some promotional materials that come from Rotary International that are very inexpensive. And you can probably get those from either Russell Hampton or Rotary International, and they have some things you can pass out to members or prospective members.
I'm asking, do y'all have a recommendation to a specific, Harold?
Oh, not tonight, not without me looking at what my materials are.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
there are membership brochures that are available on My Rotary that can be downloaded that describe what Rotary does, that are very generic, or there are brochures in the Brand Center that you can actually go in, that are editable, printable, where you can put your club information in, and it's really a spectacular piece of work. And it doesn't take a lot of computer knowledge to be able to do it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Anything you can personalize to fit your club, I think you should do.
I think that would be
okay.
Shelley, Shelley, some of the things I've heard, just as Mike has said, and Harold, I completely agree. Some other things are your RI magazine. If your members want to put their name and the name of the club and the date that they meet and the location that they meet. Sticker those clubs. Leave those magazines throughout different businesses in your community. That's just another easy way to put the name of Rotary. The Rotary magazine is just full of information and inspirational information. That would be a very inexpensive way to, without recreating a document. So if you're looking for an easy, quick fix, slap a sticker about your club on your Rotary magazines and leave those in highly frequented places. I mean, that's another option for you as well. Don't reinvent the wheel. You do not have to create a document from scratch. Everything, if you want a membership lead or a membership pamphlet, if you would, they're there at RI. I have some from our club that's been edited to make it a little bit more small town. I'll be happy to share that to you. All you need to do is shoot me a quick email saying, hey, share what you've got, and I'll be happy to do that as well, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shelley. Anyone else? I know we still have some people on here. I don't know, Frank, if you're, excuse me, Harold, if you're, Mike, if you're getting any questions asked over there.
Not seeing any, no.
Okay. Well, then we did a
haven't seen any.
fantastic job and we've answered all your questions, which I know is not true. Answer that survey afterwards that Frank's going to send out and let us know where there's something that you didn't get that you're looking for. Anything?
I just want to thank all of those who gave us compliments via chat for your generous comments. And with that, I think, Pam, I think we're done.
Well, that was fantastic. Harold, thank you very much for the opportunity to use this as a platform to connect to the district. That was great. We're going to take the feedback that we're going to get through the survey, and I'm going to implement that either if I have to have another training session, but if not, then we'll save it, and we're going to do that at the district mid-year assembly, if that's okay with you.
That's correct, February 1st. Great.
February 1st. Oh, tax season. That's great. I'm going to put myself up for that. So, all right. Well, without further ado, I appreciate everyone joining us tonight, and thank you for your time, and good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.